Oh my God, you guys. I am so excited. I had to take a smidge of a pause from my series where I'm showing you behind the scenes of the things I'm vibe coding. Well, actually, it's not really a pause because that's what this is about, but I found a new tool and I tested building a lead magnet tool. I got it done in 3 hours. Looks beautiful, worked right out the gate. And I still love Lovable, but I don't know. My heart is leaning pretty hard into this new tool. That's what I'm going to show you today. And I'm also going to show you how I completely moved TypeQuiz off of Lovable onto this new app. And I'm just about ready to launch in 4 days. That's what we're talking about in today's video. All right, guys, like I said, I am crazy excited about this. We're going to just jump in. First of all, I want to show you the new tool that I built. And before I jump into this, I want you to think about when it comes to developing apps or tools that, one, you need validation, right? And I completely get that. But this tool was specifically for people who are thinking about, maybe I want to try an app. Let's see if I have an idea and what would it cost me to do that? So that's what this is. And I was just curious about it. And I'll add these tools to my website as links. But this was really created for those people who are thinking about this. They're going to be interested in the follow-up sequence. And then, of course, what I am doing down the road. That's what you want to think about if you're creating a tool or an app that is just for a lead magnet. Is that, does that bring them into the right funnel? I'm so tired of that word, but does it bring them into the right flow? Is it the right tool? Like, obviously, I'm not going to create a recipe to bring people into a world where I talk about AI. So that coherence piece. All right, so let's jump in. So what you're looking at is aiblueprint.io. It's completely live. You can go check it out. And I'm going to tease you a little bit. I promise I'll jump into the tool very shortly. So this is what I built. And I went with the new Apple Glass style, and I saw this font demoed on another tool, and I thought, ooh, I like that. And I don't use, it's the same here. This is called Instrument. It's a Google font. It's a serif font. Anyway, all right, so the goal of this is to figure out what would it cost me to create an app that utilizes AI. And now this one is more about the operational costs, and I can add in dev costs in the back end at some point. But you want to start looking at what would my costs be. And not only that, it's not just a cost calculator. And as I'm saying that, I'm thinking free profit and cost calculator, because you want to look at the potential profit of getting something launched. All right, so here's the homepage. It looks nice. Like, I loved it. And by the way, check this out, you guys. Privacy policy, told it what I wanted, done, nice privacy policy. And yes, you can go consult an attorney and have these done, or there are other generators online, so you can customize it. For a free lead magnet, I was pretty pleased. Let's jump into the tool. So we'll go ahead and just give this a go. Company size, let's say solopreneur. I'm the founder. Let's keep it under 10,000, and I'm ready to get started. So we're going to click on the free cost calculator, and keep in mind all of this information, I've connected this to ConvertKit. All of that information will go into my subscriber account, and half of those are custom fields minus the name and the email address. Okay, so what type of app are you building? Let's say education and learning. This is my other tool that I've done a sneak peek at called Typecraft. It is a course and community platform. All right, what type of AI features would I include within the platform? Possible text generation. Let's do speech to text for transcription from live trainings, maybe a chatbot. Probably not much else right now. The external services, this is where it's key. And keep in mind when you're thinking about external services, if you're thinking about building something, is that you're probably already paying for a lot of these tools. So don't necessarily look at these as additional tools. And of course, they are estimates. And if you're wondering where I got the price breakdown of this when we get to the results page, we'll talk about that in a second. So we're going to need payment processing, email service, analytics, cloud storage, calendar, and Zoom. We're going to monetize it with a monthly subscription. Let's say $49. Again, this is a whole course and community platform. And let's say we get, let's just be ambitious, 150 customers in the first month. Let's say we get 15% growth. Right, there we go. Monthly growth rate. And again, this is just for fun. And now we have our cost analysis. So this states that this is monthly operational costs, but you're looking at $1,500 a month to operate this. Now, when I back up, I can tell you that the tools that I selected, the external tools, I'm not paying that much for this. And so I think this is leaning towards the high end. The one thing I probably should add into this is that where most of the costs are coming from, let's scroll down, the external APIs. So with that many customers, you're going to have Stripe fees, PayPal fees, whatever. But here are some of the other services. So those API connections, if you're going to use AI in your app, that's where your costs will run. So, I mean, it's not too far off. You can also look at 7 to 12 months. So not a bad thought. If you can get this growing at that rate, $175,000 in 12 months, not too bad. Here's what was really fun. This was what this new tool did for me. I didn't tell it I wanted to download a PDF, but watch this. It's generating it. I'm just going to open it here. With a few tweaks, it pulled in color. This blew me away. Now, there's a couple wonky things here where, like, you see the monthly cost breakdown that it's split between 2 pages. And I've been working on that with CSS, whether it's Claude or my new tool, to say this is splitting this. But you guys, for a free lead magnet, this is a pretty decent PDF that you can download. And then, of course, the follow-up email sequence, because, again, this is all connected to Kit, is where I would get more specific and then make an offer at the end of it. So I'm pretty pleased. So what is this new tool? This new tool is called Mocha, and you're going to you can click my link in the description. And if you do that, I will just get credits. It's getmocha.com. And I have come across so many of these vibe coding builders and tools that I don't know what it was about Mocha, but I'm like, let me try it. Okay. So as you can see, the AI blueprint. So I built this like in 3 hours. Now, type question. I kept running into a piece, and I'm going to show you the dashboard, and I'll show you the back end of Mocha. But I kept running into a piece with the template customizer where I would just try to fix one thing, and I have to edit some of this still, but I would try to fix one thing and it would break the whole customizer. I was spending 2 to 3 weeks on this, and again, if I was a developer, I'm sure I could go into code. I'm not. And I was using Claude to say, here's an error message, all of this. All I did was upload. You can upload 5 screenshots at a time. I dictated what the app was supposed to do. I said, here's what it looks like. And not only did it build it out, it functioned right out of the chute. Blew me away. All right, so here is, I'm just going to zip through this. And if you guys saw my update last week, I was stuck at the template customizer, and this is essentially working. I just have a couple little things. I want to build a quiz from scratch so you see. Now, I should have tested this beforehand. There's some testing, and I would say that's probably one of the biggest challenges with doing this is the more involved you get, the more stuff you have to double check and test. Okay, so this is the back end. It looks very similar to Lovable, except that the chat is on the right versus the left. There is also this option where you can click Discuss, and I've had some conversations. You're not using credits with Discuss, and I'm not totally sure how the credit system works. I feel that Mocha is extremely affordable, but I can't quite tell which element, unless I were to do like 1 issue per request, then I could say, 10 credits is worth 1 request, but I'm not super clear on that yet. Anyway, so it looks like this, and they do have, see in the top left, you've got toggle direct edit mode. A lot of this stuff is dynamic, but if you look at where I'm hovering, because some of this stuff is dynamic, I can't edit it here, so we're not going to go into that right now. But let's go ahead and jump through this. Setup guide, obviously I need to add videos. And if you notice, this is the first thing I noticed, there's no navigation on this page, so we need that. These will all be embedded videos. But the quiz builder, here we go. Let's see, works right out of the chute. So just as an FYI, and this will all be in the training. I don't want to spend a ton of time on this because I talked about it last week, but I just want to show you guys how far this is. If you don't have answers to these questions, you click on the Help Me Define My Business, and you can copy that prompt. I think I'd prefer a little toast notification. Or if you already have this info in ChatGPT or Claude or something, you get a different prompt to go gather that info. So let's go ahead and just copy and paste these here. And oops, I didn't mean to do that there. Okay, 2 more. And I'll show you that everything, well, that's the plan, to show you that everything's working. And I will show you where I got stuck. So then we're going to analyze and continue. So it analyzes your business. This is all of this is the same, so I won't go super deep into this. So the analysis is complete. What type of an AI entrepreneur are you? So we're going to generate the quiz. This piece is also, it was saying what type of entrepreneur. That's what it's suggesting the quiz title be. And one of the things, I need to add, I had AI here, so the AI would actually edit. You could get some variations of the title and description. Then we're going to do an archetype quiz. That's what I realized. We need the option to select what type of quiz, whether it is archetype, score-based, or assessment. So you can see we have multiple archetypes. You can generate another one, and then we're going to generate the quiz questions. And as I'm going through this, it's great because you guys, I've been working with this a little bit like a fiend. I want you to be able to edit all of this stuff as well. Okay, these colors are wrong. Anyway, so then it will generate the quiz questions for you, and you will be able to edit the title and the description of the archetypes if that's the quiz you choose. Okay, so then it's showing suggestion archetypes. Okay, we've got a little tweaks here because you should be able to edit these too, but that's not the point. What I want to show you, that stuff's really easy to fix. This is where everything was breaking for me. We have templates in here. So you select the name of your quiz, and down here, there's 4 different templates, and I'll show you, but this is where change the headline here. So you can see that it's dynamic. There's other styles, and of course, this is modern glass, kind of like my AI blueprint. And then you'll be able to customize just everything here. So let's stick here, and you can edit all of this. You've got a background. You can do a pattern. So we're going to just leave the colors for the time being. You can upload a logo. And you guys, this is where, here, let's do the AI blueprint for now. So you can see that that shows up. So for example, this is what I wanted was a slider. Kept breaking before. It's not breaking now. You can show a divider. So the divider appears between the logo and the text. You can go wider on the divider if you want. That didn't go too far. And then you can change the fonts. You can go small, medium, large in the font size. But let's go ahead and we'll just collapse all these because otherwise the sidebar takes a lot of time. So now you have, this is what your quiz, and you can embed this or we will host it. Then you have your question page. You can also edit the card style. So let's do a shadow. So you can see you can get a shadow here. You can do a border. See, this the testing stuff, guys. It never stops. And then you can also change the button styles. So let's go to rounded. So you can see then the questions. So this is where you see what everything looks like. And then the results and the lead capture here. Now your results are in. This would tell you what type of an archetype. There will be other options in here as well. Publish. We're going to do this live together because I did point the domain name. Let's see if that's working. Style Assessment 16. And it will be, no, okay. It's a work in progress. Or you'll be able to embed it, and then you'll publish with embed code, and you just copy your embed code here. But what I want to share with you, even the templates, you guys, I hadn't even gotten to the templates. With Lovable and Mocha, I said, let's do this. So I don't know if this preview is working. Okay, there we go. So the preview is working here. And if you want to use the template, then you can come over. It's the questions and logic. You can add a question with AI, or you can edit. So this is where we need the options built into the quiz you just created. But you can change from single choice to multiple choice to a scale like a 1 to 5. You get to set the values, all of that. And then once you have set this, you do all your questions. You can add a question with AI. It will automatically generate a question for you. You can add an archetype with AI. And then you take this and you go straight over to the customizer. So that's that. Analytics, there's nothing in here because this is a brand new account. And here are all your settings. This blew me away, you guys. I said, right out of the chute, let's integrate with Kit, MailerLite, ActiveCampaign, and a webhook. This is the kind of stuff, guys, where I'm like, what? Because this stuff tends to be pretty challenging. You'll be able to set notifications. I've showed you guys this. None of the stuff is linked yet. But then the admin. So once I had the app built, I said, okay, there's 2 next steps. One is that we need the admin side of things, the company. So admin. So I'll be able to see, and again, this is all dummy content, how many users. I can look up my users, how many quizzes, and obviously it's already synced to Stripe, but I haven't set up any of this management stuff just yet. And then this. So what happens is Type Quiz will be available for a 14-day trial, and this is counting down. And I just did this last 2 days ago. So 14-day trial, we're counting down, and then it's the monthly subscription. You guys, this blew me away. And I did this I started this. I wonder if I can, today is the 7th now. I didn't go further back. I know you can do versions. So a couple things with Mocha that I'll tell you that have been a little bit of a learning curve. Like I said, I started this on the 4th, I think, and this is where I've gotten in 4 days. Blows me away. One of the things that I do like about Lovable is that I can come up here, and so if you go home, this is either going to be, no, I forget. There's a landing page, but I don't like that I can't see the pages. So where I could come up and go, let's do settings. It should take me to the settings page. Yeah. So I like being able to see a drop down of all the pages there. And in this instance, I come down and I'm like, what are the URLs? Because sometimes they're clear, sometimes they're not. And right now I have it set up so that you go to Type Quiz and you can get early access. And this was great too. What I had to do in Lovable, because taking the HTML form from Kit for an early access broke something. And so then it said, let me convert this, or no, Lovable told me it couldn't. It said, let me convert this to a React. All of these, to my understanding, at least Mocha and Lovable are both using React. So then I would go to Claude and say, create a React form. I didn't have to do that here. I just said, how do you want the opt-in form from Kit? And it said, whatever they provide, give it to me. And I was like, I can do JavaScript or HTML. You guys, it created the form for me. I just gave it the HTML and done. To say that I was floored, I accomplished in less than a week. I built AI Blueprint, and I have just about completed Type Quiz, as you saw me demoing live, which, I don't know, maybe I'm a sucker for punishment, to see, oh, well, these things aren't working. And really, that's probably the most tedious part of all of this, is just the checking. But I have every intention of getting beta users in here next week. And so to get that kind of feedback and to get some help from people that early on and to go from idea to app. Now, keep in mind, I had built most of this in Lovable already, so I wasn't starting from scratch, figuring out as I went along. The other thing I will tell you that I do love, and I do believe, my guess is that they all have this. So a couple little things. I'll just walk you around the app settings. So if you click on the gear, here's the project name. Here is the description. It's public. We'll turn that off for now. And even this, I would think, oh, that would preview that. Okay. So assets, everything you load, every image you upload, you can see a ton of screenshots in here, lives under the assets. So what's nice about that is, so let's say, let me move me. Let's say I want to add something. I can go, oh, I already added that screenshot. Where is it? And so like, here's my business within quiz, and that's what I modeled it off of. And blew me away, you guys. So let's come back up to the settings. So all your assets live in here. And then publishing, this is a default domain. I have, like I said, pointed the domain. The nice thing is when you want to point your domain, you just type it in and the app will go look for where it's registered. You log in and it's done. There's no more, pointing domain names. I even use Cloudflare because I like the little bit of extra security. Worked great. Secrets you add, you can't see any of these, right? So I've got my OpenAI key because it is OpenAI that does the quiz generation. I've connected this all to Stripe for payments. I've added, here's the colors. You can do your product requirements document. You can add that here. And we already looked at domains. Then up here, so you can get more credits. So obviously, if you want to try Mocha, I would love it if you use my link. I will drop that below. I just get free credits. So I have 2,300 credits remaining. I upgraded. The $20 account gave me 1,500. And then I upgraded to $50 and it gave me 4,500, but it took the 1,500 out. And so I had like 3,000. So I've used 700 credits since yesterday, but I have been working on this a lot. You can do a little sound notification. I have it on so that way I'm very impatient when I'm working. It lets me know something's done. So that's kind of the walkthrough, you guys, but I'm really impressed. I'm impressed that I uploaded screenshots and it added the functionality. This is kind of a battle of the builders, and I will probably use multiple tools, to be honest with you. Why? I have a lot of credits with Lovable still, and they just raised $100 million in funding. I can't imagine they're not going to work on stuff, but gosh, if this initial jump with Mocha is any indicator, I don't know. I think I may have found a home away from home. It's worth trying. I cannot say this enough, you guys, to try to come up with something. And if you have a little idea or you have something that you want to create, just go for it. I'm tempted to move my website over here. My challenge with the website is that I have all of these directory pages and kind of this whole hub spoke thing. But we'll see. I might do it simply because everything has been easier here. So I showed you guys with my website that I had built my own custom CMS and an MCP in the back end of that for blog generation and then an e-commerce. I'm going to be putting a client site on Mocha. If that's easier here, I will take the time to move my site. Anyways, if you guys have any questions about this, please feel free. Just drop it in the comments. I will drop my Mocha link in there. I am also hosting a workshop on August 21st, depending on when you're watching this, and hopefully the link will then redirect. You can just get it on demand. It's $97. It's a 90-minute, and I'm going to go from start to finish building an app with you, and you're going to get a bunch of documentation that you can take to get way ahead of yours, so when you go to start, you're good to go. As always, thanks for watching. If you've not commented or subscribed, I would love it. It means the world to me. So go ahead and like, comment, do all the things, and I will catch you next time.